Hello students. We're going to look at some trigonometric graphs starting with this more complex cosine curve. So as described in the assignment, you should be attempting to graph each of these yourself first, and then after doing that you should watch the video or at least scroll through the video and check to make sure that you're spot on. Alright, so this first function has a sneaky transformation, so let's identify that. By a sneaky transformation, I mean when inside a function you have more than one transformation and you have to factor or otherwise clarify. So I love to factor these kinds of issues, so I'm going to factor inside first. So I've got 4 cosine and those share pi over 2 inside, so I'm going to pull that out. And so what's left is going to be x, and then what's left in the second term is going to be 1. So that's what I have left, and then I've got this plus 3 outside. Alright, so let's identify all the transformations now. The amplitude of this cosine wave is of course just 4 for the thing out in front. Make that a little bit nicer. The period, we're going to have to take the original period on a sine or cosine wave of 2 pi and divide that by our period transformation, which is pi over 2. So that's going to flip up. The pi's will cancel, and we'll also have a period of 4. The phase shift here, we've now correctly identified by factoring. That's going to be right by 1. And we have another transformation up by 3. So you can see I've already kind of prepared to do the vertical transformation first. That's definitely what you should do for most wave type of situations. So there we go. We'll label it as up 3. And now I think it's pretty much time to get drawing. So I'll identify my curve in green. So now this one has all integer values here, so I think it's going to be pretty easy to just include the phase shift. Remember, the phase shift is often something you want to do separately, so I'll probably do that one on another guy. And if I'm not too neat here, you'll have to excuse me. I'm still getting used to my new tablet. Alright, so this is a cosine curve, so instead of starting in the middle of the axis, we're going to go and start up from there. Our amplitude is 4, so we're going to start up 1, 2, 3, 4 at about 7. So cosine starts up and ends up. Oh yeah, but I'm going to use my phase shift, so don't forget that I'm supposed to start up 1, but it's supposed to be over 1 too. So if this is 1, then my real graph should start right there, not right there. So I'm going to start right there, and then it's going to end in 4. So I'll end in 4, so that should be over at 5. And then I'll end another cycle or another period in another 4 over at 9. Okay, in the middle of my rotation for cosine, I should be down. So 4 down from 3 is going to be down here at -1. So -1 between 1 and 5 is going to be at 3. So I'll mark that as well. And I've got a nice dot right there. And then this guy should be between 5 and 9 at 7. Alright, I have a nice cat to greet me here. Alright, so then I just need to draw my cosine curve and I should be good. So let's see, a nice cosine curve now. I'm probably not going to be able to do that very nicely on this guy, but you get the point. Okay, there we go, cosine curve. Alright, so then this guy would be back at -3. I'd be down another one, so we'll say -3. That would be back up at here, and so at -1 it'd be down, so I need to go like this, something like that. Alright, so there is my very sloppy first attempt at a cosine wave. So that's what yours should look like, hopefully a little bit smoother and better when you're drawing it by hand. Alright, let's look at another one.